They heard it drop and they're more than ready for it. Right into the maw. Just colliding the bodies into one another, but it's Guild who are coming out on top.
Yeah, they are now facing off against Ye here on the site. Headhunter taken away as well. Such a crucial piece of utility used there. And Ye, with only the Classic in his hands, is not able to do anything. Left to Marv in a 1v3, and this one, with a Sage Wall in his face, it just looks like a dead round.
Yeah. Best of luck to you. We'll see if you can rattle off any shots, though, with the Ghost in hand.
It'd be a crazy way for Copenhagen to begin for Marv.
You'd have to come up with something here. Just trying to isolate one of the fights, but
knocking his way into kitchen. FNS looking to clear this as the two IGLs face off.
Oh, he just falls off the high ground. His aim gets reset there. A battle happening here on two fronts. Marv has to try and deal with it, but Coldamenta, he's ripped his head off.
That's a little pre-fire.
And it's a pivot. 30 seconds left into the round here, but is there anything to break this cross in mid? They're be able to spot this one. The orb's up. Drop down, Victor, he's in there, but he knows that there's a player potentially lurking deep into their spawn. And in fact, Crash is the one who gets caught.
And this bonus round at the moment is looking sublime for Guild. This could be back-to-back flawlesses. Victor gets caught as well. Every duel going the way of Guild to start.
Yeah, 12 seconds remaining. You do have to get that spike down,
10 seconds left.
Don't want to be losing on time.
But at the same time, I mean, how is Ye supposed to stop that from happening?
He's safe at this point.
The Ye saves his rifle or op on Icebox is a significant theme of what you'll be seeing here. But also, just to start this round out, Guild are playing their bonus round. And that's when you expect teams to add a bit of pace, add a set strat, but Guild remain slow and methodical. Yeah. And I think part of the reason that Guild gets underrated as a team, or, you know, we'll see perhaps as the tournament progresses, is because they do play quite a slow style of Valorant. Coldamenta catches Ye as well.
Simmer and sit there.
And honestly, it might take FNF a little while to get the read on this kind of tempo. He manages to get one, though. That's the first kill in 3 rounds.
Yeah, it's... Listen, you take whatever you can get on a half-buy. Make it even here, but not going to be able to obviously reclaim that gun. In fact, the players of OPTIC still leaning over towards A, and it is still slow.
The knife, the 0 point from Victor finds a lot of information. But with Guild, you can never be too confident they're going to commit to the site. There is only 30 seconds remaining here. Marv has a molly. This could get a little strange. Guild should have the weaponry to be able to finish this one out.
Yeah, so not even able to use the abilities to try and stop that one, but it's going to be the spike planted. Guild set up comfortably in this post-plant situation. Rifles in play for them. Just the tip-tap there of the Classic. Free gun, but it ends up working out for him anyway. Molly into the back, now the knife. That's going to be suppression onto 3 of them. Spike's going to start to get stuck down onto half. It's up to Marv. He's rattling it still. 1-2 shots. Ye finds it. He can't quite land the shots though through there, but should be the B hit for him. And Crashies, well, hold down that one particular section. Molly dropped down. Marv tries to capitalize. Swings out, but there wasn't really much else supporting it.
And here's this flank coming back through. Neither of these flankers were spotted by Safe, who died in the tube. And Ye picks off Russ from behind just as the Viper's Pit blooms.
Value being found now to Nightfall as well. Right across them, 30 seconds left in the round here for Guild to really get some damage going for them with the 2 picks. It could be doable, more than doable. Victor, though, loading his own ultimate. Suppression across the board, obviously doesn't cancel out that pit. Now the plant's going to be going down, and it is being covered. Coldamenta just off to the side. B-hop away. He's going to be surviving for but a moment. Still, he's got the shorty out in his hands. Nothing else for it. And Guild a perfect pinch. The timing was just immaculate there. Wall themselves in, a bit of shelter. Try and weather away from this one. It's all up to Marv with only the Guardian, and that's going to be the triple face. For the players on the Guild side almost going to be money capped, but look at Leo. Just trying to come up with the goods. Hunter's Fury comes out. I mean, alongside the Dart trying to supplement it. Only got the 1 tag, but it's a deep wall. That's going to get spammed down quickly. Just from the rifles. Now the Brimalt. That's going to deny it as well.
Essentially having no impact. Getting droned and pushed. What a play. Love it.
So good. The instantaneous pivot. They hear that pit away, but in a 2v5 situation, okay, gets that one off of Trex, but you're going to need a miracle still. The way Guild have been moving around the map, so purposeful.
It truly is. They are the kind of team.
That's so good.
That's great awareness as well from Russ to know that that tiny angle was available to Crashies. And now FNS is in a 1v4. Certainly doesn't seem winnable. And Coldamenta backstabbing again.
On the board. Goose Egg at the moment. Optic players just sitting it to the back of the site. Crashies is in a very precarious position. Still, the spike is going to get planted, sidestepped. The kill's finally going the way of Optic. It's a bit of a first in the kill feed. Prower even going to be latching onto one of the targets. So definitely blinded, but still safe. Whips it around. Oh my word. Shot being found. 4 kills for him in it. Eventually dealt with though, so the ace will be denied. Crashies though would look and love to try and turn this one. Oh, what a reset. He's found it for his team, finally, the round that they needed.
That is absolutely fabulous from Crashies, but it's still 1-7 at the end of the day.
Pull the players away from A so they can get a free plan, but right now the players are quite isolated. Coldamenta trying to catch the timing, and Finesse, get your gun out, son! Can't be caught lacking like that, still he gets the kill. The diff for them, and dealing with Russ, who's just holding up top. Now the Nightfall. Drop that one across the point as well, trying to disrupt a couple of these players. You do have that one tag, or at least 2 onto the players. You know the rough positioning with FNS catching that flank timing. Should still be golden for them. Trex left alone though, he's got 2. Potentially getting another one, swings off to the side. Victor, and this is a complete 180 from the usual pace that they've been playing at, but the double face from Optic this time, it comes up with something. It's going to be the first kill for them. Still being played, no one's really covering that back section. In fact, oh, the kill's coming through. There was a punish, an attempt of it at least from the Optic players, but right now they're scrambling still. Finding the shots, Viper's pit dropped. Spike not in play, not planted.
Coldamenta is so weak though. 48 health. Just leaving with the spike. Looks like he's gonna try and make the Galaxy Brain play. What is that? They're gonna allow a free plant to go down here.
Yeah. Rendezvous been broken, so yeah, he's still alive. He knows that the players and the plant obviously now in play.
Coldamenta with double snake bite, but I don't think he's got a safe place to play them from. Might just throw them on the spike as soon as he hears anything. And Marv does have 3 smokes here. There's a lot of good retake opportunities for your smokes as Brim.
Yeah, the trouble
is one of them.
You're dealing with these snake bites. Molly into the back of yellow, now time running incredibly low. Dart, place inside the smoke just in case it's a player dead. The double face, whipping out a headhunter! And Ye comes up with it, and time will be broken there, but Ye's holding down the angle still. Now they're walking forwards, and that is the spike dropped. Not an ideal position for us, even with that orbital strike. It cuts up the site, cleaves it into twain. It's up to Gil to try and take this space back. Scale themselves into the site, and that's going to be the flick of the wrist. More the way, you got to be joking. Gil finding the targets, but down to the 2v2, time running all the way down to the wire. And if they can deny this plan, if FNS can catch this timing, it could be everything but drop down still, down to it, the 1v1. Safe, positioning not known for FNS. Off to the sides, and Safe catches it.
But the flash allows the drone to survive and check a little bit of yellow.
Still, this is coming down to some ridiculous elements. That's going to be the Hunter's Fury from Leo, just to try and at least buy a bit of space for his team. There's still 20 seconds remaining. Yeah, they got the kill onto Ye, but they need to get this spike down. Player holding close, a bit of whiffage. Yeah, okay. Marty gets the 1. Might being dropped now with a fragment nade, and the vulnerability, they actually just combo it up. On top of the swing, kill's going to be found. A bit of run and gun in action, and it denies the plant. Not enough time. It needed to be stuck.
Great play there towards the end. I was a little bit concerned the Guild were going to find a way of bringing that one out. Happening in middle right now. Marv working his way forwards as the rest of Optic try and swing, and it's 1-for-1.
Yeah, just a trade quickly. Safe still. A bit of disrespect being shown, but eventually going to be teleporting back to the safety of his team.
And all of that aggression in mid has opened up the A site. The A site anchors rotating off, allowing Victor to get pushed up. And Crashies brings the spike along for the party.
Yeah, opened it up, but look at the health of the Optic members. Crashies 20 health, FNS 17. A lot of post-plant utility that Guild have still got holding. I mean, shock darts, fragment nade. If Optic's taking their time, they might find themselves in a bit of a sorry scenario, and yet the shock dart's being held. Oh, here we go, right up against it, and Leo, he's good for it, always.
Oh, Leo's
another one?
Clean.
Oh my goodness, now it's going to be the recon dart, but full information going to be gained, and this pistol round is looking more than done and dusted. FNS left alone. No health, no weapon to work with, a bit of money to work with, so the force at this point, probably the percentage play of them coming back into the series, but I tell you what's not good for the percentages. Josh, yay, going down. Trex deals with him pretty handedly. In fact, saves caught Victor, who was just trying to capitalize off some of the chaos. of people's expectations, obviously. Probably going to be leaning towards OPTIC taking this series, but okay, Crashes. Making me eat my words now as I was trying to set up Guild doing well.
I do think, though, that the map pool, as unexpected as it is, injects a lot of chaos into this.
This is a little bit all over the place. The Spectres at long range, never ideal. Fragment, oh, okay. 2 bursts of it, FNS being caught. Even the slow orb just dropped down at their feet. A lot to deny this one, including the shock dart. Once again, FNS just surviving, but the spam at the end of the day, a little bit too much to overcome.
And Trex is so clean, faint, to make space for Marved.
Well, is Marv going to be able to capitalize this angle that Safe is holding? I mean, that's just so unorthodox.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous position. And now the OPTIC players have really got to improvise.
Yeah, 40 seconds. Through mid, maybe. This is complete adaptation, but Ye's dealt with easily enough. FNS lurking through. Here's the trademark now. He's going with a bit of pace, but he has not cleared that corner. Ross can hear the footsteps. He knows that he's just wading his way through into it. And he finds the kill anyway.
Spike down, B.
All left on Victor's hands. And despite a nice shot there, it is not going to be enough.
The hit comes through. Marv's the one who's trying to catch the timing through mid. He's being cautious though. It is being watched ever so slightly. Still, Spike. Drop down. Victor is just eating so much damage.
It's Leo again.
The spam and a fragment nade, it's all just combined, and it's the repush, the reclear from mid. Okay, footsteps being held, and Marv has played this one. So patient.
Oh, look at this ult.
This
the
timing.
fade ult.
Yep, no audio cues. Players still just wandering around, and Marv is going to be claiming too. You want to know command off? Are you really sticking that res? When a player, Marv's still ready and waiting. Leo's going to be dealing with this pesky player. Just lurking and loitering around mid. But time is now running particularly low. In fact, at this point, just going to be giving up and save.
What a play from Marv. I love the idea there of Crashy's ultimate comboing with the Marv flank. It didn't even work.
No.
I mean, those two players, as a reaction.
Yeah, they can hit a plant now. Coming through. That's going to be a snake bite shock combo. Just about misses.
Yeah, using that instead of the ultimate. Perhaps thinking to use Hunter's Fury on some kind of retake.
You could do it potentially now, honestly, with this repush. Like you were saying, Josh, the retake. Walls put up. FNS though, this angle. That'd be quite naughty if he doesn't get cleared out of it. Snake bite just before he gets suppressed, and now you see it. Hunter's Fury dropping down. What is that? Okay, from the top ropes, gets the one, but Leo still so consistent. Time though, dropping down. Keeps getting that much more rapid, and OPTIC still have that line of sight angle. No one's really dealing with Marv, and more time you're giving Ye to just wake up in it.
They are only
switch on, you know. You just
they are only 2 rounds away though.
Of course.
It's these kind of rounds that can be the most dangerous. Guild are willing to take so many more risks without rifles in their hands. I mean, look at the position of Cold Dementor. Marv with the player at his back, and he doesn't even know.
Surely you got to expect this one, Ye. He's rewarded with the 1 kill in it, but yeah, Marv is just okay, ignoring the players that have looped back around into mid.
Yeah, just making sure that he's
got good info,
not
honestly.
getting pushed.
He's going to be commenting that they did rotate back off into mid, but the players of OPTIC, they seem like, okay, don't really care too much. Victor wants to try and take the repeat duel. Hopping across, holding a high ground angle. Marv has lurked his way in. Dangerous scenario, but still shots being found anyway.
Yeah, great play by Marv. It looked like a bit of a questionable decision, right? When he's got 2 players that are potentially free kills, and he chooses instead to go and take the site.
Info, 1 or 2 players sitting there. Orb straight up, and it's being watched. That was a flash over the top, I think, to try and supplement it potentially, or was it Victor's own?
Either way, didn't help Victor in the fight. There's 40 seconds left. These OPTIC players are getting more and more space on A, and this does seem to be a theme of the Guild defense. They're kind of allowing them access to the A side somewhat for free. FNS is a good enough IGL that he start to abuse that if it's more and more of a tendency. Look how deep Ye is.
This angle is just absolutely ridiculous, and he doesn't expect it. He still wants to try and catch Trex. Potentially going for the jiggle there, maybe throwing a bit of utility in the process, but he's going to be catching stray end of one of Ye's bullets. Smoke's dropped down. This is a difficult one to push through.
Yeah, he has his rendezvous online as well. So in the 4v4, he can actually take another pick and get out. And this is the impact that OPTIC have been missing.
used that Brim Molly, but now you can start to hear it. The spike ticking down, and finally Ye is getting on the board. This guy took him a while, but potentially waking up. 4 kills for him. Safe running away to deny him the Twitter clip. Be an ace. Now you can see it, no command, but it's a flash play. Leo was set up! The reset, 2 kills. Only the Spectre, but he makes it work, of course. Why not?
That's a fantastic play with your Sova of all people.
Push it through though, they're not going to anticipate that. The FNS lurk into mid. For him to get that res and pull back up for Victor, but he's immediately being sent straight back to the respawn queue. Coldamenta left alone now with a 1v2. 45 health. This angle is everything but FNS.
Set up too many times at this point, and they're taking the site for free. And that means very little utility expended, a free spike plant. Perhaps not free considering where Leo's currently playing from. He's going to go for spam again.
2 players playing up top there. Spike is going to be dropped down and planted. Still, can they try and hold off the remaining kill players? Trex is taking such an aggressive approach, and he's pushed right through the wall. Resets the aim. He catches crashes as well. All up to Marved. Now Spike is being stuck. The players are going to be watching these angles as well. Marved will have to perform miracles, and he can't even get it.
With a tiny little jiggle peek.
Has to try and support him. Yes, Safe just takes up the angle again.
Beautiful stuff. Winning the chamber head-to-head, as he has been all map.
FNS though, he's lurked his way into the site. Now the Hunter's Fury popped off. That's Leo just trying to convert onto it. An interesting play. Just being used, anticipating maybe it is the B play and the B push, but they've been swindled out of that one, haven't they? FNS still getting away with murder.
The spike being planted over on A, and I think Gilda only just realizing that that's the case. It's a 3v3, but they don't have information on where any of the players are playing. Crashies could be playing his ult, although he isn't.
FNS is dealt with. It's really gone for the aggressive play here. The Nightfall drop down. Victor perched up high here onto the rafters position. The Seas will not be latching onto a target, but still down to the 2v2. Right off to the side. Will he get it? Leo with the widest swing I've ever possibly seen, but now left down to it with time running so low. Oh! Does catch it in the end, but still.
Not quite enough time to be able to convert the round.
That broken. That's 2 players spotted though.
And that pulls the Guild defenders back from mid as well. Ye rings out an off shot, catching the first kill in the round. And Coldamenta wants to invest a pit into this one. It's a half buy, heading into round 24 if they lose this. That's a big investment.
And Safe's pushed all the way into mid. If he can catch it onto Ye, what a shot to find.
Beautiful crosshair placement.
And this could just be potentially the nail in the coffin. Listen, don't want to call it just yet, still a 4v4. Pit though being abandoned on the A site. And Marv is regaining that space.
Off not very much information. And now Marv's probably going to be telling OPTIC to go back over to A, although doesn't look... Is this a fake? Oh, it is.
The pit and the rotation. Are they going to hear the footsteps? The players, they seem... It's a bit of an awkward one, honestly. Russ is just appearing back and forth, trying to catch the middle lurk just to see if those players are just running past it, but now I think they are just about aware. Marv's still working his way in such a deep angle, but time is running so low.
10 seconds.
A lot of opportunity to deny this plant, and this surely is not how the map is going to be going down. Marved, angle being held. It's like 1 for it. In fact, 2 kills. Ross also just eating a bullet right through the wall. He will survive, but down to the 2v3.
And another post-plant flank through mid. These have been working wonders for OPTIC. Victor might not even be needed. But the way that FNS...
To try and get some value here, but the wall... Be blocking his line aside. It's an
way.
awkward one. He can hear them on the ropes. Surely not. Oh my goodness. First kill being found. 3 HP.
Nearly died to fall damage.
Yep, just about got away with it, didn't he? But Spike going down. Nothing to really disrupt this one other than a stray shock dart, but it's not comboed up with too much more. Spike being dropped down. OPTIC trying to play the post plan. Everything on the line for this map.
1 snake bite. A molly that is now being placed. And Marved with his ultimate.
Everything being used now. Took the entire kitchen sink at it. Why not? Safe gets the trade in the end. It's being blocked up, and still he's found 3 in the round, but 2 remaining. Coldamenta with the flank as well. Victor left alone, and that is going to do it. Guild eventually cleaning it up. The round going their way. The 13th on the board, exactly what they were after.
But OPTIC made them sweat for it. Behind him.
Contact play through. The 2 of them there, though. Reactions in the end. Crashes is finding it. Flash forward, Safe will dodge it. Moving to the side, and now the rest of his team's going to be backing him up. Gliding across the screen. Headshot collected there onto Crashes. Now FNS though with a quick pivot, and Ye's been able to take some space.
What a fast mid-round call there from FNS and Ye. So opportunistic in terms of the map control that they're taking. And FNS is going to go for the plant as Ye covers him.
Got to hold down this angle though, and the players not wasting any time on the Guild side of things, are they? Horn dropped up, Ye. Okay, FNS, he collects it, but not anticipating the player from Heaven. Squeezing him at the same time. FNS, great timing with that swing, left alone in the 1v1. Russ though, they are not wasting any time, but already the OPTIC players going to be capitalizing. Safe falls, more Cypher setups for them, but this fast flank, 2 players in sewers, creeping and crawling right now. Guild could be getting an absolute pincer of a lifetime.
They are going to meet the trademark, and if it gets smoked off, I think the rest of OPTIC are going to be able to hear.
They should hear it, but they are just holding it. Are they going to be aware enough to try and watch this one? Fault line through, they hear the players running. No one wants to risk it by going through sewers.
That fault line as well, very interesting. And a little footstep in sewers being made there, the slosh of muddy feet.
Not sure if they heard it.
But at the end of the day, the Guild players are going to be here ready to collect. Russ does quite a bit of damage.
Copenhagen up close and personal. It's Marv who gets the trade though.
These rounds are so chaotic. The mid-round
left.
calls, the pivots.
They're going back to A?
Yeah, they're going back to A. These audibles off the back of the space that Ye is taking.
This is, I mean, just pure chaos.
It's going to be down to Leo. No utility.
He's at the back of the site. Surely they know it hasn't been properly cleared. There's 13 seconds left into this one, and Leo, I mean, he could do more than damage, honestly. He could just convert the round for his team. Spike's going to start to go down. He bides his time. He waits it out, and he drops them right in time. Not enough for them to convert it. In fact, give him 3 kills on top of it. So the economy can really start to get building. Bit of spam. Okay, the timing not quite the best, but sending a bit of that utility in. A quick pickup of the rifle, the weapon there, the Spectre. Well, it's not coming up to much good. Still call them into trading places. Yeah, he's going to be falling.
Yeah, he didn't hear the cancel call there. Victor's thinking about going in.
He's all over the place. You've got to be joking, man. Teleport's right in front of the hall. What is happening?
He's going for the TP out of the site, trying to play the advantage. And this map has descended into chaos already. These first 3 rounds have been so scrappy.
Yep, delusional plays all around.
It's all down to Victor.
And he's just being squeezed from side to side. Leo up top. Russ. That is the double face. I mean, Guild were ready for it. In fact, the spike's dropped. Positioning gained. Marv with the lurk. Has to try and find his mark, but he's on the ropes. Just slightly inaccurate. It's Russ who wins it out.
Oh, and it's a catastrophe for OPTIC.
This has fallen to pieces.
They absolutely
shambles.
Dribbled into ropes there. They fell to pieces trying to clear that area.
Where was the other player dropping off onto the box?
Yeah, no double swing, nothing. Nothing to punish that. Not even a glance into rope before Victor started taking that space. And Guild's timing could not have been better. Both in terms of that fight and the other one happening in B Heaven. This is going to be OPTIC's economy trashed.
The space of the boom bots. And honestly, even if Trex didn't get that pick, the trade probably would have been there from Colementa. Though, did they expect this one? Marved finds his way in, holding the angle. Now the rolling thunder. They want to retake this space. Done in play, Leo. You've got to be careful. 1 bullet, even if he is slightly inaccurate. From the Guardian, that would have just put down Leo still.
Last player standing.
And Bren, even when Guild get caught off with the timings a little bit there, even when Leo throws his ultimate out and doesn't anticipate that someone's going to be further along, they're still getting away with it. And they have a good enough read of
they rip into the elbow, but so much being cleared. Is anybody watching that high ground perch? Oh, the crossfire now, just impeccable. Russ anchors it down, making sure to follow up on the rest of his team. Paranoia sent flying. FNS is left scrambling, wondering how the hell am I going to end up taking this one.
That entire site hit really lacked the pace. Spacing getting broken up so heavily by the slow orb there, by people peeking all over the place. And Guild, with a couple of players in tough positions, will not allow FNS. The trade is limp. They're not able to get in.
They just seem like they are scrambling for the answers.
And lacking a bit of confidence too.
And I said at the beginning, you know, it's the simple comps that Guild are playing.
Down mid.
At its
well
core,
work
they're aware.
to do, yeah. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
That's a great flick. Not much help to work with though, and yeah, it's the rifles, it's a difficult task. Just up to Ye now in mid, but it doesn't look likely that he's converting this. Seen him do it before, but...
You've seen him win a 1v4 before?
Probably. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Happens often enough.
Not one like this.
No, and not this series, honestly. Thinking ahead here for Guild, always planning ahead.
Yep. Victor runs into one of the trap wires, but will easily break that. We're going to see Guild go for one of their retakes. They were working with some degree of success on Icebox. I can't say it was fabulous, but they still have Paranoia to be able to work with. If Coldamenta can get into a good position, he's just going to ult for a little bit of information and sees that there is one player back.
Stunned and nade right into the back of the coordination. Oh, it's so good. Victor just about scrambling for his life, climbing up to the boxes, but Trex, oh, he's going to be double snatching right across, resets the M from on high. It is absolute pandemonium, but seems like OPTIC might just be rewarded. Still the aftershock. Leo, you've got to be joking, up close and personal. Crashies finds it.
You've got to be worried about Leo's ultimate.
Players double dropping down. It's a kill for safe.
It is much more diligent from OPTIC, but it still leaves them going 1-for-1. And look at the response immediately from Guild's IGL.
Mid-rounding is so good.
It is very good from Coldamenta as he and Russ take B main, knowing that there are multiple players up near vents. That smoke is not going to help you cross, but it might throw off any player that was able to hear it. Great shot from Marv, though, to give them the player advantage.
Yeah, the positioning not quite known, as you can tell, but okay, a flick from Russ, slow up, drop down, and time is running so low. 12 seconds here. OPTIC need to try and get this spike down. Coldamenta was contemplating something. TikTok-esque play, but planted just onto the other side of default. Still, headshot being found. Marv will trade it. There's the three-piece for him. Trex left alone. Oh, and he get it, not quite.
Absolutely abnormal. Getting
the timing. Wow, okay.
A very,
opening.
Very bold place to be using his cam, actually. You'd expect him to be tucked a little further.
Yeah, just...
FNS, assuming there's only one person there because of the cam, just runs into Leo's arms.
Coldamenta's retaken up this position as Purge. Paranoia. Lighting that one across, just sidestepped by Marv. He's going to be dropping down a couple of stars now. Plant, into the back, into the nade. Crashies, always praying. Whatever deity you could think of right there. Surviving on 11 health as it was just colliding with the back of him now. But this angle by Victor, that's impeccable. Nade rebounding off the top. 4 players left alive for OPTIC to try and convert this one. It looks like they're in pretty good post-plant positions, but Victor, he's whacking his head. Making me eat my words.
And that, I believe, is Ye's first, as he's able to take down Russ and stop that from getting extremely dangerous. It's the exact same story as Icebox, Brett.
Yeah, it is.
7 on the trot, and now 3 on the trot for OPTIC.
I'll let you get away with it.
Trex is going to be picking up the operator.
No way.
You just simply don't expect it. He has a showstopper to work with too.
Really
to try and challenge the guy from close range.
And Josh,
he is suppressed.
He is suppressed, but you were talking. Guild need to be throwing in an extra element, something unknown into this one. That's certainly one of them. The suppression there onto safe, but angle being taken. Flash into the back of the side. He's still alive. Needs to lock it down to the elbow, but he's left just looking this way, that way, left and right, whatever he can do to try and lock down these players that are just swarming onto his site. OPTIC coming up huge this time around, though. Ye with the angle and a flick of the wrist. He catches that one player gliding across his screen. That's now Victor, showstopper in hand. Coldamenta. Just working his way around. Timing. Oh, yeah, he's watching it. The angle's there. Still planted for the heaven control, though. Yeah, I mean, Trex just knows where to spam.
Absolutely perfect, and Trex wasn't able to use his nade or his showstopper. He got suppressed up by the knife.
Can't now.
30 seconds left.
Gonna be the res in play. Wall to try and block the line of sight angle. No one can punish it. But OPTIC do have that spike down. Yeah, he's gonna be smoked off now. FNS holding close, showstopper into the back, right into the smoke. Oh, Boombot even just catching a bit of that damage onto it, but the kills are still flowing. Victor repositioning, pushing his way through. Now Marv off to the side. He knows there's players just swarming the side. Off into elbow. Victor, satchel over the top, tries to get a favorable engagement, tries to get a favorable fight. The reset, 36 health remaining. A kick. Okay. Quick tap of the spike. Play the openings of these rounds. It's cautious, it's slow, but it's what they know best. Still. Just a shoulder peeking out, and Safe has ended up going down there. Just a headhunter bullets rattled through. Great into the wall, but now Guild want to go a bit faster. Oh, finding it, Crashies, Frenzy, and Victor's going to be rejoining and helping out the rest of his teammates. Well, clearer place they were already holding, but I mean, Guild were just missing it when they were trying to kill it.
Victor getting caught. That early initial spam damage finally resulting in a kill. And throughout this entire round, Ye has been able to get them good information over a day. He pushed forwards aggressively, broke Safe's cam right at the beginning of the round, which has now come back online. And yet, OPTIC are rotating to try and assist him, despite the fact they haven't seen anything really at A main. And this is going to isolate FNS.
Time. 17 seconds. FNS is alone. Paranoia dropped down. He's going to be repositioning just behind the box. He's to wait it out now. That flash is impeccable, but Guild are ready and waiting still. Are they going to be able to get this spike down? They have to commit it. Nope. They have to stick it. No time.
They don't have time.
Marv survives, and that's it. That's going to be the round secured.
Oh, and that is devastating.
Sides, but it seems like they do want to try and go fast. FNS is right up close in their faces. The wall dropped down. No player playing on top of this one. Is this Guild coming out on top? The spray transfer. Okay, Victor, 2 kills for him. Eventually will fall, but Coldamentis ate a ton of damage in the process.
And look at how fast this flank is from Ye. Without a trademark to cover the flank, Ye's been able to get into this position, and Safe and Coldamentis are barely just getting set up. It is a nice smoke.
Oh, he knows the positioning. He knows the cam, he can hear it. That is the angle found. In fact, a footstep on top of it. There's Ye.
Ready for some kind of A-pop once again. Victor and Marv just spamming through the smoke. And Trex and Coldamenta hit the floor.
Yeah. Collecting the pickoffs for them. Now, Russ is one away from the Resurrect, but, I mean, he'd have to either get a pick or an orb to try and get it online.
I don't think he's going to be going for an orb at this point with a minute down and no extremity control. Suck nade is nice from OPTIC. Almost found the timing.
Push them back. The aftershock though. Does Leo want to try and take the space in the angle? They're spamming it. Players hold this one, but still. Oh, Marty keeps his nerve. Still holding it, wrapping around. Victor. It's a showstopper. And he doesn't quite have the crosshair placement to try and remove Leo.
I think that's another official -8 as well, Bren. Not really finding the value, but they have slowed Guild down and they've got information on where they're playing. And frankly, I think OPTIC are fine playing a retake here. They still have their Fade ult, the Null command to be able to work with. Those are really good retake
30
ults.
seconds left.
30 seconds, Knife going to get dodged though, Safe. Just breaking that trademark. He wants to just inject that uncertainty into the round because now with 20 seconds remaining, time running so low. OPTIC, okay, it was up to Ye. But now Marv's still left alone, tucked away into the corner. We're being in this a familiar situation. Hello, Russ. Players eventually dealing with him. Nightfall to scatter across, and the Prowler's going to be latching onto one of his targets. Spike is down and planted, but they know the positioning and they can just spam efficiently. They are aware of it. Marv's was holding it, and in fact, he's got the angle locked down. Rolling Thunder. It's Leo just trying to make the most of it, trying to help the rest of his team. Flash sent straight through the pillar on top of it, but still FNS, it's a wraparound. Does he expect a second? Gliding across the side. That's safe, though, with the kill in the end. Time. Oh, it's running down so low. Coldamenta sticks his own ultimate, and now he's on the other side of the site. This is pure pandemonium in play, but a spike will get planted.
And it's a plant that is just gonna be seen from heaven, but I think you might be able to stick that while still being in cover. Having said that, very wall-bangable. There's a fight here about to happen on both sides.
Not to anything.
Guild getting the better end of the one over towards screens, and Ye left with it all to do in the 1v2.
Drops down, spots the one player. Does he expect this one?
He's just going to get spammed here, surely.
Off to the side, the spam tries to reset the aim. Down! Fragment nade just hits the one side of it. Player's just loitering around inside of this one, though. Coldamenta's cutting it up as well as he TPs across. Ultimate's still being committed. The Cosmic Divide holding close, tugged into the corner. Marv gets a second, flashing over to the side. Crashy's now responding with one of his own.
He finally gets dealt with, as there was a player trying to wrap around the other side of Pillar.
I mean, they've committed so much into this round.
Ye is taking a look with the tour de force. If he can find a pick, this might become winnable. The smoke, excellent from Coldamenta to cover the cross.
How do they approach this one?
I mean, you know the positions they're likely to be playing. Backside, Pillar, B main. So that's the spot. Oh, those are the spots, rather, that Ye and Victor are going to be trying to clear. They find the first.
Yep, there's the first. Did they expect this player to be just hiding behind the default? Doesn't look likely. does lack is a tool that they can try and take contact with. Tip-tap, Victor tries to reset the game to find the head, but still working his way across. Trex, an attempt was there to try and capitalize. You can see the satchel play.
Good movement.
Position moving forwards. FNS is really just getting the kitchen sink once again. Chucked at him, the swing from on high. Kills being found and time running so low. Marv still anchoring it at the back of this pillar. Spike has to go down. In fact, he's dropped the player who was just in possession of it. Not enough time to work with. In fact, with Crash, he's
So flipped a little bit. 4
back
rounds
all the way
into
back.
the away, and that's a seize nade.
Yep, and yeah, Heal's not going to be saving you there. Damage being done. Russ gets dealt with.
Brilliant play. They haven't comboed the seize with that, at least as far as I've seen.
You are joking.
Whoa.
Beaten face to face.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to check this corner?
Rolling Thunder through, double satchel play, and that got the information. Wonderful fundamentals at play here for Guild, but they still need a bit more than that, and they're going to get it. Here's Flash.
I know
Going to be supplementing it. Trex, an easy kill handed to him.
Awesome site exec. Exactly what you need to see from Russ. A player that's honestly been struggling a little bit recently in terms of his online performance. High amount of first deaths, not been able to get any kills on the board. He's looking amazing here at Masters. Exactly where his team needs him. Oh, Leo needs to dodge this fragment grenade though.
Yeah, dodge and juke away from that one. That fragment did end up finding the pick, and now down to the 2v3.
Surely this round can't get that dangerous. With Safe on the lurk as well.
No way. Crashes collects
No
it!
way!
What is that?
Drag this into overtime and finish what they should have done earlier.
Can't let this opportunity be squandered away. That is not going to be a -8. I am not sure how he's got that one. Explosion just bended around the corner, I think.
Trex has been talking to the devs.
Yeah.
He knows something we don't.
Some of that play still. The fight is fast. Right away into the site. Flash off to try and at least push the players back and away. Plant going down. Crashes, he's got the ultimate available. That knife is going to be tagging onto 4 players. He knows already a way to jiggle. Is there going to be any coverage? Locks it down in a jump peek as well with the classic in play. They expect this. Over the top of it. How does Russ collect that one? Victor just about saw him, but the spam, the angle, I'm not sure what, but Russ survives on 30 health, and I mean, he's backing away, heals himself back up as well.
But I don't think he realizes these players have already got into B heaven. Assuming his wall would stop them for a moment.
You've got to be joking. Now. Tip-tap, FNS gets that space up into A heaven, but no one anticipates it. Yep, the crossfire is there from the flower pots. They're fired up, and look at this space! What is that? Instantaneous punishment! Trex! Yeah, he brought the operator into it, but that was a paranoia. It was a double satchel play at hand, and Russ, of course, is there. Steady is the hand, but FNS wants to cancel it out! You've got to be joking!
What is that spray control? FNS deciding they are not losing this one.
Not just the leadership factor, not just the communication, but he's got that ult online.
The breach.
But it fades away now, and Leo, the mantle of responsibility on his shoulders here.
He's been playing sublimely, and he can just about give Marv the haircut.
The crosshair placement just backs away from the timing. The haunt, the angle, they're being found! Oh my goodness!
And FNS has to finish it! His Cypher utility over on one side of the map and playing the opposite. What an interesting wall, actually, that Russ has put up, stopping them getting into any advanced positions on site. I mean, they could still plant for heaven here, but it's all a bit of a ruse.
Yeah, a lot of utility was just launched over towards that one direction, but it's the contact play called by OPTIC. 2 of the players, Marv and Ye, just trying to make the most of it. How are you getting away with that one?
He swings into a blast pack.
Just absurd. Should not be favored in it, but OPTIC clean from them. Every player still surviving, up to Coldament to see if he can pull off a miracle.
And that's a really nice round. OPTIC running a bit of an A fake, taking A ramp control, breaking the tripwire at the top of A ramp towards A heaven. And by the time the trip gets broken, there's already 4 people heading into the B site. Going for a contact push.
No way.
Wait a second. This would have to be a 1v5 ace for Coldamenta.
Haunt spots the positioning, and yeah.
No shot, Safe survives.
Angle being watched, maybe a footstep possibly being heard, but they don't overstay their welcome. It's the kill and they back out. In fact, they give the information to Marv, and he's set up to succeed. Still, Trex is in, double satchel play, just try and break that crosshair placement. Locks it once more. Leo supplementing it on top of it. The spike will get planted at default. That gives him the showstopper online and sends it flying right against the back wall. Down to just Ye. The 1v3. The jiggle peak, the positioning is no Coldamenta. Tip tap as well, the positioning just resetting, but Trex is far too clean with it, doesn't it?
Definitely does. Oh, there's Ye with an opener. That is fabulous. If there was ever a time for Ye to wake up, it would be now. Still only 13 kills in 29 rounds.
Russ?
And Russ with an immediate response.
I mean, making this a 4v4. Let's come up with a massive one. OPTIC though, look at this. Trail spots the player. Prowler's going to be latching onto his target, but it does get broken.
But it lets them know that Russ wasn't inside ropes, holding the top of ropes. Push more towards a ramp. These walls, though, from Russ have very rarely been getting...
And watch, 20 seconds remaining, and they're taking a spike the other direction.
Yeah, the audible called. They're going into Russ.
Right into Russ, who's locking it once more. 3 kills for him.
10 seconds left.
The damage. Oh, it's more than done. FNS not enough time. Can't safely clear it out. Can't even get the spike down. And that is going to be Guild. Just launched at him. The fault line and the slow. And Guild, they operate straight into a contact play.
A lot of footsteps heard here by
You've
Victor.
got to be joking. Victor takes that angle, takes that swing, gets the one, but eventually traded out anyway. And now just backpedaling, trying to remain at the back of the site. The double satchel play from Trex. He's paranoid up. Can't see a thing onto the site, but he's got to try and make sure he deals with these players. Marv whips out the free gun, but now the line of sight angles, it's there for them. A fast retake, crashes, he flashes straight through. They just can barely get their bearings, but now down to the 1v1 Guild. Moments away, Leo, ultimate online, rips it across, and what a finish! Leo finalizes it, 4 kills for him, and that is them besting the Reykjavik champions.